Hello and Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. That's what I say here. I say Merry Christmas. I don't say Happy Holidays or anything else like that. I just say Merry Christmas. That's what it is. And I'm feeling pretty good about it. And how are you doing on this fine Christmas Eve, number 219? One more to wind down the year. Hopefully you and your families are safe, sound, and well. So, yes, this is Christmas Eve, actually Christmas Eve. And yes, I'm figuring people probably won't be watching or listening to this. What am I going to talk about? Well, very briefly, I want to talk about, and first of all, I want to say thank you for the hat. I'm wearing the USS Florida official hat from the subs base near Kingsland, Georgia. And this hat came from Jill St. Jakes, who, has been supporting me for a long time. I got to know Jill through Keith Hayes of Hubazoo. And Jill makes blankets for veterans in the VA down there. She crochets them. And that's how I got into crochet. And so, we've done some stuff over the last 4 years. And she sent me this hat, which is really significant because this hat actually fits. Yes, it actually fits. It looks cool. And even though, none of Jill's family served on the USS Florida, some of her family do work at the sub depot down there, doing refurbs, upfits, and maintenance on the subs when they come into port. So they're a vital part of the, submarine infrastructure. And I just think it's cool as all get out. Like this is a cool hat. And so, yes, I'm Marine, and yes, it's Navy. But when you look at what a submariner is and what they do, it's pretty cool. And also, it's kind of significant to me because I've been with my current employer almost 20 years to the day. And the man who hired me all those years ago was, in fact, a submariner. And he hired me because, he told the HR person that, hey, this guy is a Marine. He's worked on technical equipment. He'll be just fine here, even though he doesn't have, all the things that, employers like to see. Let's give him a shot. So, Bob, I'm kind of wearing this hat in your honor as well. Submariners are a cool breed. Again, Merry Christmas. It was kind of cool getting this from Jill. I got it a couple days ago. I've been wearing it a lot. I think it looks, bossum, as I like to say. And thank you. So, what does Christmas mean to someone in the military, someone like myself who served? What's going on right now? Well, there are people right now across all services that are in boot camp. I know it's hard to believe, but boot camp stops for no person. Doesn't stop for your birthday, doesn't stop for death in the family, doesn't stop for anything. I mean, you're in training. I take that back. I think with an approved exception, you can leave for, 24, 48 hours, go see your family, and then come back. I think that's the case. I didn't research that. But anything else, maybe a birth of a child, maybe. But in the Marine Corps, I mean, when I was in, they owned you for that time, and you were going to pay what was owed to Uncle Sam. So right now, San Diego, Parris Island, San Antonio, the Great Lakes, there are recruits in the military right now missing Christmas with their families, questioning their purpose in life. I promise you that. And, or there's people in their MOS school after boot camp, either trying to, fly home and fly back, and depending upon your academic performance, because there's a lot of academics involved. People don't think so, but there is. Um, that's going on. So you're either trying to get back to class, or you're sitting in the school, hoping that one of your instructors or somebody there was kind enough to let you come over for a home cooked meal. Which I in Hawk School, I spent Thanksgiving in El Paso at an Army sergeant's house, and I've talked about that before, and that was really cool what they did. But I got to go home for Christmas because the school was over pretty much, and let's go home. And then, you're in the fleet. You're in an active duty military, regardless of what service you're in. And, somebody has to be on the ships. Somebody has to crew the airplanes. Somebody, has to stand guard, stand duty. It doesn't end. And so what I'm trying to say is, for a lot of somebodies out there, regardless of what branch of the service you're in or what your status is, whether you're a recruiter poolee, or in your MOS school, or in your active duty military occupational specialty, you're away from family and friends. You might be pulling duty, eating a quick bagged lunch somewhere, and thinking about the fact that a lot of people in your family are having your favorite home cooked thing. You're not seeing people open presents. You're not seeing your children. You're not seeing your spouses, your boyfriend, girlfriend. You're somewhere else. And it can be a lonely time. I mean, the best part of the day might be where you and your buddies get together and watch one of the football or basketball games that are on. Or, you might fire up the Xbox and get a Call of Duty match with your bros back home that you haven't seen in a while. It's just the way it is. For those of us that are out, it kind of fades over time for me. I've been out for a while, but I still think about certain memories from that time. Things that happened around the holidays, good things. I was away from family and friends, and yes, it was, and I was fortunate not to be, overseas, but still you're a couple thousand miles away from your family. Still had a good Christmas, still made the best of it, still figured out a way to, bring home to the barracks. And, there were a lot of us there, and some of them didn't get a whole lot from home. I was very fortunate in that regard. And so you got to give a little bit to make someone else's life a bit better for the holidays. Christmas reminded me that no matter what's going on, that life goes on. There is things that are happening every day. And yes, you're in your little small corner of the world, but life is still going on. There's still a job to do. There's still people that don't like us because of who we are and where we live and what our belief systems are. And there's still people that want to do us harm. But you can't interrupt your life to go home for Christmas simply because you want to. You have to stay there and do your job. And, Christmas takes on a different meaning for me this year because of COVID-19. I was supposed to be with some family, and wouldn't even think about it. Just get in the vehicle, go drive, be there for Christmas, do Christmas, and come home. And that's not happening this year. and people are lonely. So I would encourage anybody to figure out a way, whether it's via Zoom, Skype, a phone call, a text, a Facebook post, anything, to remind your loved ones and your friends that, hey, you're thinking about them. And that's probably the biggest thing that I think people can give each other this year for Christmas. It's not stuff, it's not things. It is letting people who are important to you know that you care about them and that you want to be there for them. Okay. So, that's what I would leave this year with. That's what I would go into tomorrow with. Just take the time and let the people that you care about know that you care about them. That's probably the biggest gift you can give them. That's the only advice I would offer. Well, we're winding down 2020. One more show for next Thursday. And yes, this is Christmas Eve, and I'm not expecting a lot of people to actually watch this, and that's fine. But, I did want to get some thoughts about Christmas in the military and, more important, humanity. Just be a good human being to your fellow man. Try to be anyway. This year's almost over. We can, I don't know, hopefully 2021 gets us back to more normal. We need it. Merry Christmas. I hope you and your family have a good one. I hope everybody's safe, drive safely, get a designated driver if you need one, and take care of yourself. And thanks again for the hat, Jill. The hat looks awesome. I'm not going to lie. I really do like it. The USS Florida. It's an awesome submarine. And we're mission in flight.